I'll be back, ladies and gentlemen.
What is up, YouTube? I'm your friendly neighborhood Edman64, bringing you the next episode of Pokémon Colosseum. In the last episode, we began our journey by blowing up a base, stealing a certain something, don't know what. Maybe it's that thing on our arm, I don't know. Rescued a girl from being kidnapped and explored a giant train. And sort of went and got a bit of a backstory about the region that we're currently in, the Ore region. And in this episode, we're going to be exploring this nice little oasis city, known as Fennec City, and learning all that we can from it. There was some ruckus going on near the town's entrance earlier. It better not be the goons again from the next town over. I echo that, Meryl. Ruri indeed. Now, there is something I would like to explain about the game as presently constructed. Obviously, Pokemon Centers exist where you can heal your Pokemon for free. And the next thing I want to bring up is the fact that in order to save the game, you have to be at a computer terminal. It's one of the more obnoxious things about the game, but yeah, it's just something we'll have to get used to. But there is something I would like to bring up that happens that's about this game. So, as I mentioned, this is a Gen 3 game. Hi, big guy, look, this is really neat. See, this is the map of Fennec City. Wow, you're very easily impressed, kid. Anyway, this is a game that came out during the events of Pokemon Ruby and Sapphire, or during Ruby and Sapphire's release. And as many of you will recall, Ruby and Sapphire did not have an ability to port Pokemon over from the Game Boy. Instead, Ruby and Sapphire decided, well, Gen 3, all of the Pokemon from Gen 2 backwards could not be ported from Gen 3 into Gen 3, meaning all of those Pokemon you caught in Gold, Silver, Red, Blue, Yellow, all of them are now gone. However, they changed this by adding a bunch of new Pokemon to Ruby and Sapphire, and bringing in some retro Pokemon. However, this meant that there were still significant Pokemon that were not available in Ruby and Sapphire upon initial release, so the whole gotta catch 'em all thing kinda doesn't mean much when you can only catch about half of the Pokedex, if that. So, while they were planning a Gen 3 reboot for the original games, Red and Blue, into Fire Red and Leaf Green, that still left a bunch of Pokemon that were unavailable for the games up until this point. So, instead, the solution is, in this game's case, we would be able to go and find these specific Pokemon in this particular game. And then we'll be able to trade them over to different Pokemon games, vice versa. You know, you get the idea. If you're still traveling, you should stock up on supplies at the shop there. I recommend it. After all, it's my house. Oh, well, anyway, that shop has the best reputation around these parts. Yeah, I don't think we need any supplies at the moment. That guy's just jogging with his cast form. What are you doing, girl? Oh, are you traveling? Aw, I envy you. Is it a journey to become an expert trainer, or a quest to meet Pokemon? Either way, you make me jealous. Okay? What fine weather this is. Truly a perfect sort of day for a Pokemon battle. Sure, why not? You gotta have better Pokemon than the last two guys I fought. So yes, in this particular game, you will be catching Pokemon that were not supposed to be available were not available in Ruby and Sapphire, and were not supposed to be available in Fire Red and Leaf Green. Namely, Johto Pokemon. So as you can see here, we start off with Espeon and Umbreon, who are by and by extremely hard to get in Gen 3. In order to get them, you have to have an Eevee in the Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald games, and of course you have to have the internal battery clock functioning. And if you don't have either of those things, you can't get one, because there's no day-night cycle in Fire Red and Leaf Green. Very weird choice they made, but again, I ain't complaining. Oh! My Espeon fell asleep. Apparently you can't synchronize falling asleep, but actually that's not a bad mechanic to have to show off, that I will show off in the next time we have... Actually, I can show it off right now. The reason why I mentioned in the last episode that that awakening we have is completely useless is for this reason. There's a new... Instead of running away from battles, which you can't do in trainer battles anyway, you have this call command. When a Pokemon is asleep, you can call them and they wake up immediately. Now, there is another function for the call mechanic in this game, but we're not going to get into that just now because, well, there's really no reason for us to. But instead, as you can see, it can wake up Pokemon that are immediately asleep. Now, it's not as broken as the call command is in this game's sequel, but again, since we're not at the sequel, we don't have to worry about that. It's just something fun that I'd like to point out. Why, you're just like me when I was young. Well done indeed. Drig. Alright, so let's see. What do the locals look like? That Team Snag'em doesn't frighten me. After all, where those people are is far from here. They wouldn't come out here. The thugs of Pyrite Town, they're much more frightening to me. There's been nothing but news about Team Snag'em on every channel all day long. Usually they'd have at least one channel showing anime or something. Dude, there's more important things than you watching... What was the anime I watched the other day? I saw the other day? Rent a Girlfriend? Oh my god. There's so much more to life than that. Alright, so this building right here, it will be important for us later. In fact, I think this kid will tell us what it's about. I really look up to Justy, the leader of the pre-gym. He's really cool. Of course, he's really a tough trainer at Pokemon battles, too. Yes, this is a gym of sorts where we can go in there and get some battling done, but we cannot do that just yet because, well, we would get absolutely clocked, but hey, whatever. Hey, dude. I'm no good at schoolwork, but I'm pretty hot stuff at Pokemon battles. You're a trainer too, aren't you? Let's duke it out. Sure. Alright, here we come, and there's no holding back. Roller Boy Kaib. You're one letter away from being a great Pokemon, of a great Yu-Gi-Oh character. But alas, you are not a great Yu-Gi-Oh character, you're just Kaib. Kaib, 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 Kaib. So yes, that is the reason for this game's existence. And the messed up part about this game's existence is the fact that Fire Red and Leaf Green would incorporate basically half of the Pokemon that were basically the entire reason you would get this game into those games. And then Pokemon Emerald's release would later rectify that with the addition to the Safari Zone, which increased the amount of Pokemon you can get from there, including some Johto Pokemon that were previously unavailable in the Hoenn region. So, yeah, it's definitely one of those very bizarre choices that they came out with. But, again, there are still some benefits to having this Pokemon game in particular. We'll just bite that Wurmple and confuse it out of existence, I guess. I don't know. It's a Wurmple. It doesn't know any better. He's not that smart. Look at him. That's the derpiest Wurmple that ever existed. And now he's dead. And Espeon is a shame that he leveled up off of a Wurmple. Now, a lot of the basic Pokemon game mechanics are not in this game. So there's no, as you've noticed, there's no HMs because you basically fast travel to every place you have to go. There's no there's no HMs, there's no Surf HM, there's no anything like that, which will prove to be a big pain in the ass later on, but still. I didn't think I'd lose. Big guy, you're tough. I want you to have this since you're so good. And TM41. I believe it's Torment. If I'm not mistaken, in Gen 3 it is. A good move for Umbreon to use, especially if you want to just mess with your opponent consistently. It prevents you from using the same move in succession, which for A-mashers is the biggest nightmare of them all. Hello, are you travelers? Don't you think Phoenix City is a very nice place? But if you're thinking about going on, you should be careful. There's a town called Pyrite ahead. That place is filled with thugs and other nasty people. A long time ago, this area was barren of life. Neither people nor Pokemon could live on this blighted land. It was the mayor's grandfather, the first mayor, who founded Fennec by drawing water to this parched land. Aw, thank you. I needed that history lesson. And I'm not even being sarcastic. It's nice. It's nice when they do some world-building stuff like that. Alright, so we got two buildings left to explore. Actually, no, only one building left to explore. There we are. That large house is the mayor's home. If something concerns you while you're traveling, you should visit the mayor for his advice. Is it John Mayer? Because I don't want his advice. 3 super potions. Beautiful. That'll definitely come in handy. Excuse me, Mr. Mayor. I'd like to... Oh, hello. Oh, hello. Why do you look like a grown-up Riku, but if he never stopped being a prick? I guess you're a traveling trainer. I like what I see in your expression. I have a feeling I may see you again somewhere. What a friggin' weirdo. Did you see that man's eyes? They were so cutting and cold. Look at me. It's not cold, but I'm covered in goose pimples. Weirdos. Alright, hold on one second.
A few moments later.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, is why you go to the bathroom after you've recorded a full episode. Good lord. Alright. So what... Oh yeah, we saw the friggin' grown-up prick Riku, who is still a prick even in the Pokemon universe. Oh, look at this guy. He looks like one of those toy things you used to play with as a kid, the little Weeble Wobble guys. Ah, you must be travelers. Welcome to Phoenix City. I am Escade, the mayor. Escade, now you wanted to see me? Is there something that I may be able to assist you with? Oh, what may I do for a pretty young lady like you? I saw it. Saw it? And what did you see? I saw a peculiar Pokemon. No, that's not quite right. What I saw was a Pokemon that gave off a black aura. It was like a fighting machine. And that Pokemon would attack people. Oh my! Pokemon like a fighting machine? And it attacks people? Now if that were true, that would be truly frightening. However, it is a little hard to believe. It's true, Mr. Mayor. Because I saw that Pokemon, I was made the prisoner of some frightening men until just a little while ago. I see. I understand. I will order an investigation at once. You will? Oh, thank you, Mr. Mayor. Oh, no. There is no need for thanks. We mustn't allow thugs to do as they wish, especially thugs that endanger a pretty young lady like you. I'll ask that you give me a little time on this matter. I promise we will get some useful information to help you. Oh, yes. You appear to be Pokemon trainers yourselves. If so, I urge you to visit our city's pride and joy, our Pokémon Stadium. It's a breathtakingly beautiful stadium befitting our Oasis City. Alright. Well, the mayor says he's going to help us, so in that case, we've done all we can, so let's head up here and go to the Colosseum. Oh, hi, Purrin. I always love that they call it Purrin. Well, we just call it something stupid like Jigglypuff. Hi, did you know? No. They say that Team Snagum's hideout was blown up. Who could have done such a thing? Okay. I think he's gone now, so, alright. What's up, girl? Isn't this city stadium amazing? Well, I wish I could soon battle at the stadium. I wish I could soon battle at a stadium as fabulous as this one. Well, go talk to the lady and you can register yourself, you crazy bitch. Welcome to Phoenix Stadium. This is where we register trainers for challenges. However, the current challenge has already started, so we're no longer accepting trainers for this challenge. Please come back and enter the next challenge. Alright. Rui, girl, you gotta move. Thank you. Well, may as well get going then. Oh look, some eggheads! Hey Wes, we finally found you, you filthy double-crossing traitor. Reckon the hideout wasn't good enough for you, so you rip off the snag machine? Who are these people? Huh? Are they Team Snag'em? And what do they mean by traitor? Wes, you mean? That's right, pretty lady. He's from Team Snag'em, just like us. But he's no ordinary member. He's a snagger. He's the best in Team Snag'em at snagging Pokemon without fail. No way. Is it true, Wes? Well, we can either tell the truth or lie. But being truthful is always the correct path to go, kids. So yes. Oh, so it is true. That's a little shocking. Hey, Wes, come on, hand it over. Give back the snag machine you ripped off from the hideout. Snag machine? Wes, do you really have something like that? The snag machine's built for trainers. When a trainer puts the... Oh, I didn't mean to hit that. Blah, blah, blah. When a snag machine allows Pokemon balls to transform and steal Pokemon from their trainers in battle. There you go. Thank you, Egghead. Hey, you blabbermouth, keep that stuff secret. I get it, Wes. That's why these creeps are chasing after you. Creeps? What do you mean by creeps? God, this is getting us nowhere. If you won't give it up willingly, we'll take it back by force. Alright. Team Snag'em's walking would like to battle. I should just walk away from this battle, but apparently I can't. Instead, we have a Corphish and a Coughing to deal with. This should go by pretty quickly, so we'll bite the Corphish, Confusion the Coughing. Isn't it great knowing that I know Pokemon types so in and out by now that I know all of their weaknesses? Huzzah, Ka-cha. Goodbye, Coughing. Ooh, a lot of experience for that. I'll take that. And bite that Corphish. Bubble. That's gonna hit both of us, isn't it? Alright, Umbreon took that like a champ. And Espeon also took it like a champ. Ain't it cute when they think that they can try? They're adorable. They're all adorable. Goodbye, Corphish. Alright, we defeated Walken. No, I'm not good enough. You've never been good enough, Egghead. And you never will be. Blast you, Wes. Don't think this is over. We're gonna get that snag machine back. Just you wait. Wow, I love how I beat one of the trainers and the rest of them all run off like cowards. Man, no wonder Team Snag'em sucks. Well, what do you know, Wes? So you're from Team Snag'em. Oh, right. To be accurate, I should say former Team Snag'em. It's okay. Wes, it doesn't matter to me who you are. After all, you're my gallant prince who rescued me when I was in trouble. So it doesn't matter. Besides, I thought up something after listening to those creeps. Listen, Wes, we should go shopping for some Pokeballs. Pokeballs, you say? Alright. I guess that's where we're headed for the next episode. So thank you guys for joining me. I'm your friendly neighborhood Endman64. Join me next time when we go to get us some Pokeballs. Will it be fun? I don't know. Will we get them? Who even knows about that? I guess we'll just have to figure out the hard way. Until we meet again, my lovelies, sayonara.